from Island Sun Tarot. Welcome to my December favorites video. So I'm a little behind on recording some things. The weather has been absolutely terrible here, so the rain has been so awful it's either too loud that I can't film, or I think that it's okay, and then when I watch it back I realize that you can't hear me on a lot of things. So finally, yesterday and today, we've had a reprieve from some of the rain and finally gotten some sun. And I told myself, just let it go. Just, record when you can and it will be fine. So I only have a handful of things. Some of them may or may not be a surprise to you, which is fine. So I do have some repeats, so I'm sorry for that. But just a couple of little things to share that really just kind of, made my month, right? Besides, of course, the holidays and just being super busy. I was baking a lot, and I'm happy to say I made my first Dutch apple pie from scratch, and it turned out lovely. My family really enjoyed it, so I was very proud of myself for that. And gosh, just it was really a great month, and there was a lot of relaxing and spending time together. So one of the highlights from the month that's not tarot related that I like to share on here is from my horse shows. So my November scores, the horse got third, and so I got the rosette this month. It's the cutest little, she changed her emblem because it was November was the first month for the jumper class, and I just thought it was so cute. But yeah, beautiful, lovely yellow ribbon for third. And so then the December class was due early because of the holidays, so I really didn't have that much time in between to record for it. And he ended up getting me a personal best score, which was 86%, and then first place for the class. So I was so proud of the horse, and he did so good. And after November, where he just had been hurt in the stall a few times, and I didn't know if we were going to be able to even compete for November, and then not having much time in between to work on some things or prep. So I just thought it was a really lovely way to close out the year, and I'm just very proud of the horse because of the November and December class. I also stepped him up to the next level, jumping a little bit higher. And then of course, when I set the course for the December recording, everything was supposed to be 2.9, and I accidentally set three of the jumps at 2.11, so very close to almost 3 foot. And I honestly, when I bought this horse, I never thought that I would ever jump that high again. And he had a couple moments where I felt like he was just really trying for me. He was just flying. He was beautiful. And then when I went back and measured, because even my boyfriend, he records for me, he was just like, I feel like these are a little bigger than last time. And he was right. Yeah, so proud of the horse. He was amazing. I love him so much. Let's just real fast do the tarot and oracle, because two of these are repeats. And so you guys probably, fast forward to the next, because to the next part. Tarot vampires, I just continuing on with my love affair for this deck, and I don't want to put it down. It makes me smile and it makes my day, and I really like spending time with it. It's, even though I haven't had it for that many months, it's really starting to feel like a very close friend. And I feel like we're just two peas in a pod. We're just like this. And so I'm becoming quite familiar with it. I love it. I love how dramatic it can be. It can be a little moody. Sometimes it feels sarcastic. And I love it. I mean, look at this. Look how dramatic that is. Even when I kind of chuckle at it, I know I'm not hurting its feelings. Like, it can take a laugh. I mean, look at this. Oh boy, right? Oh yeah. Okay, so Tarot Vampires by Ian Daniels. It's published by Llewellyn. And this version that I got came on their newer cardstock that I've actually really been enjoying. Like, I almost want to rebuy my Shadowscapes to see if it comes on this cardstock. Almost, I'm so close. Okay, and then the other repeat, I'm sorry I wasn't prepared, I didn't get anything out of the box, is the Isis Oracle. I know I've shared this so much, and I'm not even sorry, because it's beautiful, and I want everybody to enjoy it. Is that so bad? The backs, I love. This whole deck is just, you know, a mood for me. It has a tone. It can be very nurturing, but this month I felt like it was just really empowering. And it felt so strong. And the readings that I was getting from it were just so poignant. Oh, I really loved it. So I feel like, you know, I don't want to say peaked, as in I could come off the peak, but, you know, I've really reached this pinnacle of my relationship with this deck. And I'm enjoying that, what we have and what we share. And I love it. It is by Alana Fairchild, and the artwork is by Jimmy Manton. And this one's really gorgeous. This is like the backs. Okay, one more, because I know I've showed this deck so much. No, I can't. One more. Oh, it's beautiful. So yeah, I just can't say enough about it. I could just gush over this deck every single day. And I do. When I use it, I'm like still in awe of it, right? It's really gorgeous. And then the other was Tarot of the Abyss. I really enjoy this deck. And what's so funny is when I bought it, I didn't know if I would enjoy it. And I was a little, you know, I don't want to say worried, but I wanted to try. I was willing to just buy this deck just because I had seen, you know, the Instagram of the artist, the creation of it, sketches and things that were being posted that I just enjoyed so much. And there's something about it that I was just being drawn to. And I'm so glad that I just sort of went with my gut and just kind of jumped and did it, because sometimes I can like hem and haw over decks so much. And especially with like the Druid Craft, I could kick myself over that for just like not just buying it years ago. I don't know how I've gone this long without it. And so for this, I'm so happy that I sort of did that like impulse, gotta have it buy. Oh, look, this is one, like, we're getting into like some of my favorite cards here just right off the bat. They're just so gorgeous. I love them so much. And there's so much depth to each one. One of my favorite things about this deck is the like the view as the reader. So like this, how you're viewing the card. The perspective is just lovely. So yes, this is published by US Games. Cardstock is awesome. Kind of like the Crow Tarot and the Spirit Song. I really like this cardstock. And the deck is by Anna Turian. Art and everything. Just, oh, it's so gorgeous. And, you know, for me, I almost felt like, oh, I need color. I don't know if I could do the whole black and white thing. But this is just so detailed, it doesn't need it. It's really special. So I'm happy that I got it, and I'm happy that we've clicked so well that I've been able to connect with it. Okay. So, Tarot of the Abyss. Oh! I'm sorry, I almost sneezed. Okay. Let's move on to some crystals. I only had a couple. So we have an absolutely gorgeous shop in town, Kailua Crystals, and I had never been in there, and I wanted to go, and I went in there to do some Christmas shopping this month. Thankfully, I spent enough money on gifts that I was able to get a selenite palm stone with my purchase for free. And, oh gosh, I've wanted a nice piece of selenite for a really long time. I only have a tiny, tiny little square, and I keep it in a bowl on my table, like by my chair, my little end table. And it's really beautiful. It has this like, I don't know, I want to say like ethereal feeling, like magical. I don't know. So it's been really beautiful. I really love the shape of it. And my daughter actually picked it out because we were there getting gifts and they picked out everything. We put together like a little set for my grandma, so their great grandma. And they picked out everything. They were just so proud. And so when she said, oh, you get to have a selenite palm stone, she had a big basket of them. And my youngest picked this one. Oh, Mom, this one. So I don't know if that has a lot to do with it too. She was definitely drawn to this one. So selenite palm stone, I've just been really, really loving this month. And then from the same shop, Kailua Crystals, they had these. I'll just hold it there and let you see, because you almost can't tell what it is at first. But she had them in a basket. And my daughter says, are those elephants? And the lady was like, yeah. And so they wanted to give one to great grandma, but they both picked one. And my eldest said, oh, this one for great grandma, this one, this one, this one. And my youngest had picked this one. And she says, Mom, we can't leave it here. So I was like, okay, let's get that. And that can be your gift to Mom for Christmas. And they were just so excited. So it's a little flower agate elephant, and he's darling. I've wanted a piece of flower agate for quite a while, and it was either like the smaller kind of tumbles I was finding, nothing big like a palm stone. I just wanted a little piece of it just to see if, how we got on. But I just think that he's precious. And my kids, my daughter picked him out, and they were just so drawn to the little elephants. But yeah, it's just, I think he's just so cute. I'm sorry. Okay, so a little flower agate elephant. Flower agate to me really feels like dendritic agate, and or like the orca agate that I have. It's kind of the same like the dendritic, and it's very grounding. It feels super earthy. Okay, then I have the rest of the non sort of tarot related things. This I had to share because I like squealed when I opened it. This was a gift for my mom, and we like follow their little illustrations on Instagram, and so we'll send them to each other and just, for a laugh. And it is so funny, like some of these illustrations for this cat are just priceless. So it'll show like 9 different squares in the photo, and it's like the cat as a cupcake, as a croissant, as a cheesecake. And so it's like all these little things, as a donut. And so I don't know, we've just all year been like, this cat has been like a theme for us. So we've just been sending cute little funny things we see on Instagram. And we opened everything for Christmas on FaceTime, and she was like, oh, this is the best one. And like, I opened it and she was right. Look at this cat. She was like, I saw it and all I could think was, he's ready for Hawaii. He's got his sunglasses. I was like, oh my gosh, Mom, he is so cute. And it comes with this little tag, and the little tail moves. It kind of does a little boop. Anyways. Yeah, it's like the littlest things, right? It makes me so happy. It sits on my little table with my crystals. But yes, so if you don't follow the Pusheen Cat on Instagram, you should, because, it's nice to get a smile from it, and it's cute. So, little cat with his sunglasses, I think he's precious. So, this was definitely a highlight, and I had to share. Next, we have books. I did sort of, my usual that I kind of read, but it just took me a little longer to get through one of these, and then I started on another. I'm still going to share it, and then I'll probably end up doing like a updated share for my January favorites. So first I have This Day. So I don't want to like totally butcher this author's name, but I can say it's by Blanca, and then I'll just Lipinska. anyways, it's written in Polish and they've all been translated. So this is the second book to 365 Days. So if you've seen that movie on Netflix, I'm really not going to say too much more. But when I found out that there was a second book, I was dying to find the translation, and I almost couldn't for quite a while. And then all of a sudden they had it at Target, and I was like, what do you know? And I wanted to know what happened because the movie I saw first before reading 365 Days, the book. And the movie was a total cliffhanger, and so was the book. So that was something that was the same for both. There were very minimal differences between the two. I think the movie did a really good job adapting the story. And there's something almost kind of formal in the writing because it has been translated from Polish, but I actually really like it. And it's like a fast read. It really draws you in, and the writing is really great. And I was happy to continue on with the story. So I know sometimes hard to share like books that are in a series, but if you've watched the movie 365 Days, and you liked it and you want to read the books, they're excellent. So this, The Witch's Heart, this was one that kind of grabbed my attention from the 2020 Goodreads Awards, and I had been going on there to vote for another book that I've mentioned on this channel called God, what is it called? War of the Gods. Sorry, by John Gwynne. And no, Shadow of the Gods. Jeez, that was so bad. By John Gwynne, and it has a huge dragon on the front. I've shared it on this channel before. I'm so sorry. That book was excellent. So I was going on Goodreads voting for it, but I was also looking at the other books that were getting voted on and then the ones that made it into the top. And this one really grabbed my attention, The Witch's Heart. So I'll just read this little blip for you and then kind of talk about it. I don't want to give away too much. When a banished witch falls in love with the legendary trickster Loki, she risks the wrath of the gods in this spellbinding, propulsive debut novel that reimagines Norse mythology. So the main character's name is Anagrobida, and like it said, she ends up being Loki's lover, and it's really about her life. So if you're looking for something that's like action-packed with, you know, magic and things happening and great movement, it's not this. This is a little slower. It really is about her life, but it's so beautifully written. It's like artistic, and I really enjoyed reading it. Great read. I can't recommend it enough. If you're into Norse mythology at all, it's definitely worth reading. So The Witch's Heart, I don't want to give away too much, but it was really beautiful. And then this is Winterlight by Kristen Brynn. So this is the 7th book in a series that I've mentioned several times on this channel that I've been reading. The original book is called Green Rider, and it's about a king's messenger service. They have a little bit of magical power that they get when they join the service. They're bonded with a horse, and the main character's name is Kerrigan, and we've been following her along for her adventures as she serves her king and country, and I love it. I really do. I only started reading it in the first place because it was recommended by a friend, a very dear friend that has enjoyed many of the same books that I love. And she's shared and recommended many series that I've ended up loving, and I just finally got around to the series. And during the first portion of COVID, and so I just really jumped into this series and have enjoyed it so much. So this is the 7th one. I've barely just started it, and it is quite hefty, but I'm hoping to be able to finish it this month. And in a way, I kind of get sad when I know that it's the last book in a series, and sometimes it takes me a little bit longer to read. So I'm hoping I'll be able to finish it and do just sort of a quick updated favorites for the end of January. So Winterlight by Kristen Brynn. And there we have it. That's it for my December favorites. I think the month just went by really fast, and then I jumped from Christmas right into birthday month, because both my kids' birthdays are in January, the first of which being on the 4th, and so that is why this video is a little late, because I instantly went from holiday mode into birthday mode, and I think I'm just trying to not be so hard on myself to get some of these videos out. I wanted to try and finish the majors the majors for my series Tree of Terror Leaf by Leaf. I wanted to try and finish the majors at least by the new year, and I didn't, but it's okay. And I just needed to kind of like let that go. And same thing with this, the weather was just terrible and I couldn't film what I wanted to, so I was kind of getting a little frustrated, but it's all right. So there you have it, my December favorites. The next thing that I'll be doing is a little tarot unboxing and sort of first impressions and walkthrough, so keep an eye out for that. It should be out within the next couple of days, so I'm going to be trying to film that this afternoon as long as this nice weather holds for us. So alrighty guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.